Hey gamers, welcome to another episode of the PTGC podcast. My name is Gerard. Joining me are my other hosts, Gio and Mike. Say hi, guys.
Later.
Later?
Yeah.
This man is already wanting to end the episode.
Jesus.
Gamers, forgive Gio. Anyway, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about a remake for our at least one of my favorite game series, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta. In this game, it's a remaster of the original Metal Gear Solid 3. That is, I would say, one of the more popular Metal Gear Solids, and at least my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. But when it came out as a showcase trailer, surprises to no one actually, because we already knew this game was being done, and I know a lot of people were looking forward to this remaster, or at least this work. Like Mike, I know you've played, and Gio, I don't know your experience in Metal Gear Solid, but what was our thoughts on the showcase trailer overall? Like, do you remember much about the showcase trailer, and what do you actually look forward to in the game? Mike.
I've always loved
Yeah.
Metal Gear. I played it. I love the selfie kind of take to it. So that's why I kind of when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, it looks interesting. It looks like Gerard said, a remake. To be honest, if it's I think the last time I played the Metal Gear series, it's been so long that I probably forgot. So this is probably good to have a remaster, so I could go and try it again and get back into it again. Because I already know like the type of game it is. Um, and as I said, it's like the selfie type, and I did enjoy those type of games back in the day. So I am looking forward to it, to rehashing old memories because like I said, it's been so long. I probably forgot a lot of it to be honest. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy that they're making this as reworking this.
Okay.
And based on the trailers and all the stuff I've seen so far, and hearing the creator actually talk on why they decided to remaster this work, so pretty excited about it, and we'll see how it goes.
What about you, Gio? What are your thoughts?
Well, I was honestly, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know they was making a rework or anything like that. So I was kind of surprised when I saw the showcase and I saw. At first, I thought it was going to be a new game, and then I really realized when it said Delta Snake Eater, I was like, oh, okay, this is a rework of Snake Eater, which I know was one of the more popular Metal Gear Solids. So I think it's definitely a good throwback. And since right now there's been a gap, I think since the last Metal Gear Solids install to the series. So I think it helps buy the time. So I'm sure they're working on something for the series. What exactly? I don't know. But I think it'll definitely help keep gamers entertained, especially from the series. Hardcore fans will probably like it, especially with the modern, because it looks all modernized. It looks like today's graphics, today's engines kind of deal system. So I think it'll be a good, uh, like I said, it's a good thing for people to play for a little while to buy time for them to figure out what they're going to do with their series exactly. Because I know there's some in-house stuff that they got to deal with and figure out.
Yeah. And I do know that the original Snake Eater was very much one of the, or at least one of the top two favorite, because Sons of Liberty was also a very big favorite for the
My
Metal Gear Solid
favorite.
players. Well, that's I wanted to bring up. Like, I don't. Mike doesn't remember the original Snake Eater as much. You did not play Snake Eater at all. For those who haven't played Snake Eater, this is a prequel to both Sons of Liberty and Metal Gear Solid 1. Uh, uh, and the game has been out for a very long time. If you have not played the game and this is going to be your first Snake Eater game,
2004.
I would ask that you skip to the time listed below, because I'm going to spoil the entire story. But basically, Metal Gear Snake Eater is a prequel for all the Metal Gear Solid games, as it is showing you basically the life of one of the missions of Naked Snake, aka the original David. because he was considered one of the best infiltration espionage people in the entire world. Uh, Second at the time of the making of Snake Eater, because his uh, mentor, Big Boss,
Mm-hmm.
is or the boss is basically joining the villain team, and he has to fight her, and she's considered the best. Once he defeats her, he becomes the best, and they, as Americans, decide to make clones of him to see if they can reproduce his like skills and things like that. And that's how we get the Solid Snake series as a whole. That's how we get Solid Snake and the rivalry between Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. So this game is the origins and most important story wise to the entire Solid Snake series. And it's the reason why the Solid Snake series makes so many games, because they're explaining the story or the life of Solid Snake and all the like the drama that's happening because he's a clone. He's going to die quicker than other people. He's aging faster than other people because he's a clone. His genetics are breaking down, so he has to figure out a way to stimulate them. But he's still the best infiltrator in the world because he's a clone of one of them, or of the best one in the world. The downside is the second clone is now his arch enemy, because this is going to be impossible when you have the best infiltrator being your best hero and your worst enemy. It is a very interesting dynamic because, like, technically they're brothers. So this is a very unique take and very large story that is encompassing both of them. But I wanted to give you that context and that story due to the fact that I know a lot of people love Metal Gear Solid, but don't understand the plotline as as it is explained in multiple games. And Gio, I know you mentioned that Sons of Liberty is your favorite Metal Gear Solid game. Would playing Snake Eater and understanding what makes Solid Snake makes Sons of Liberty better, in your opinion?
Uh, I I would honestly say probably not, because honestly I would have to play uh Sons of Liberty again because it's been so long. Honestly, I played it release day due to time that it took me to beat the game, and then I never touched the game again. But it was the Metal Gear Solid game that I really was entertained by. I don't know why I never played 3, because I really did like Sons of Liberty. I didn't like. I played the first one, wasn't a huge fan of it, but I liked it enough to try Sons of Liberty. So I don't know why I didn't try Snake Eater. I think it kind of depends how it turns out, how it performs when it comes out, if I would even try it. Uh, and then it would be really hard to go back to Sons of Liberty if they don't have like a remastered version or something a little bit updated. What I'm intrigued to see is if they add stuff in Snake Eater that they wanted to add before, but they didn't really have the, maybe say, spacing to do it, because now they could do a lot more in games. They can make games a lot bigger. So maybe if they add some story plots that they might have not completed or not had the chance to add into the other one, that'd be interesting to see what you guys think of that, being players of the original ones. So for me, it really won't change anything for me personally. No.
All right. And Mike, I'll ask you the same question, but twist it a little bit more because I know you've experienced Snake Eater. Would redoing Snake Eater make you want to play the other Metal Gear Solid games, as well as revitalize or make you want to learn more about the story?
Hmm. That's a good question. And that question will probably come, and the answer will probably be not what everybody want to hear.
I mean, you
I
can
would have,
say no.
I would have to play it to
Mhm.
to actually kind of like maybe let me replay all the others to kind of like maybe definitely freshen up on
Mhm.
more in depth of the storyline that I vaguely still remember here and there. So I think that's it. Would it be? I would have to play the game actually. To actually just play the game to kind of like, I'll play the other one if I feel like this game is up as far as I remember how the game was. So, yeah, depends.
And I want people to understand, like, uh, just to give you an idea, Snake Eater came out 20 years ago. It's hard to remember what exactly was in these games, like especially if you haven't played it recently again, at least in the last few years or something, like revisited. It's hard to remember all the details. So for me, especially, I can't even tell you. Like I said, Sons of Liberty, I played once all the way through. I loved it, but
Yeah, like I know the story.
yeah,
I regularly hear
I
a
know,
story here and
yeah,
there from all the games actually, but it's just like I would have to play the game to kind of like get the rehash of the whole memory to kind of like okay, get me re-excited,
hmm
re-energized for it. And then if it takes a route on its own, then maybe I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me see if I can get the other games to play, or maybe hopefully they come out with a remaster of the other games. But
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna really happen. But
Well, here's the thing, uh, and this is going to be probably a one-sided conversation because I don't think you guys know much about it, but
Mm.
this is more the one of the thoughts is like, why are they making a remaster and not just making a new Metal Gear Solid game? But the thing is that and I know most people know this, but to go over the whole details, Hideo Kojima is the original creator of Metal Gear Solid, or Metal Gear franchise as a whole. He created the story and has been very influential in it. Um, of recently, Hideo Kojima and Konami, the publisher for Metal Gear Solid, recently separated. Like their separation was very big news because Hideo Kojima and Konami basically were one of the same. It felt like you could not say one without saying the other's name. Um, Now, going forward, Konami would have to make Metal Gear Solid games without Hideo Kojima, but Hideo Kojima's name he may still have part ownership of the copyright for Metal Gear Solid. So it is legal battles there. They could probably make a game named Metal Gear Solid, or may not be Metal Gear Solid, but plays in the same world as Metal Gear Solid, and that would be fine. But you would have to paint that and I don't want to say this lightly. This is the public opinion, but Hideo Kojima is considered a genius in game design and story elements. Metal Gear Solid is definitely not like any other game. Like, if I would even go as far as to say as Metal Gear is probably one of the original stealth games that made stealth games popular.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And, yeah, and that concept does not go over Konami's head lightly. That's the reason why they're making a remaster instead of making a new game after 5, because it's been years since 5, and that was the last game Konami made. Hideo Kojima went to make his own gaming company. He made Death. What's it? Not Death Rising. The one with very looks beautiful, but with the baby, the death baby, on his chest. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry, Hideo Kojima. But hey. Look, I can remember 10, 15 years ago when I played
Can't even remember the game he just made.
but I can't remember the one he just made.
What a fail.
It's fine. Forgive me. Anyway, but yeah, so like he has made his own company to make games that inspires his vision. And with Metal Gear Solid no longer have his visions, we get games that are a little outside the wheelhouse. Because if anyone remembers the Metal Gear Rising Vengeance, that game was focused around Jack and also codenamed Raiden. If you guys remember him, I'm pretty sure
you're talking about the game Death Stranding.
Thank you. I knew it was Death something.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You don't remember Death Stranding?
I never played it.
Oh.
But it looks like the guy from The Walking Dead.
It is the guy from The Walking Dead. They did pixel to pixel. He is the exact model of him.
Rick?
No, it's not Rick.
No, it's not Rick. I don't know his character name because I didn't watch the show that much, but I recognized him right away. He's
Asian
one of the
dude?
main characters.
No, it's not the Asian dude. It's
The villain? What the?
The villain.
oh my god,
Mike, just look it up online. It's Death Stranding. Stranding. Stranding.
Oh my god.
No, but I got a question for you.
Really? You don't know who he is? Even in
I know
What?
his. I just can't remember his name.
What's his name, Mike?
I don't want
I
to
don't
tell
know.
you. You gotta look it up.
I don't know it. I don't watch the series. At least I knew it was Walking Dead.
But you don't know the actor's name?
No, I don't know his damn name. Yeah,
By the way,
freaking
I'm-
Brad
I'm
Pitt or
letting this
something.
go.
We're,
It's Norman Reedus for
Yeah.
everyone. Norman Reedus. He's
All right, Norman.
anyway. That's Death Stranding. That's not in part of the topic, but yeah, Konami is. It's hard to make a game after Hideo Kojima leaves the company, makes his own publishing company, and more importantly, makes a game that becomes critically acclaimed. Death Stranding receives a whole bunch of rewards, and
Darrow,
the general reception. Weapon?
It's a shooter game too.
Darrow, Walking Dead.
And not a shooting game. It's not a shooting game. That
It
game,
says adventure game, shooter game. That's what it says. It's genres.
you don't even get a gun until like 5 hours in, man.
Okay.
Well, you don't know what
good.
he's shooting. Could be
Yeah.
shooting bow and arrow, you know.
And there's no bow and arrow. The first gun you get is a taser.
All right,
Yeah,
we're getting
right
lost
now.
in this.
And anyway,
did
yes, we are.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
Now it kind of came to mind, and I'm like, shit, maybe they won't be able to do that now because of the split.
Yeah, that's
feel-
what I
I-
was gonna bring up. Yeah.
I feel like Metal Gear Solid would have been one of those games, the perfect kind of game to make a movie installment. And they never done it. And now I feel like we'll never get it because now the split between Kojima.
That's easier. I think making a movie is probably easier than making another game together. Because with the movie aspect, I don't know if Hideo Kojima picks up a director's role or a producer's role.
Writer.
He could pick up writer, but these are going to be collaborative efforts. There's going to be a third party involved in making the movie. While making another Metal Gear Solid game, there's no third party involved. So that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be harder to make a new Metal Gear Solid game than it is to make a movie. I'm thinking a movie is still on the table. If like
He's giving us very little hope, but he's giving us some.
I think a company like Legendary or a movie company like maybe Paramount could pick up those rights because it aligns mostly like that. The question is, if there is a Metal Gear Solid movie, who do you think plays Solid Snake?
Oh. Oh.
I can't even.
You know what?
maybe-
You know what?
The 007 guy. What's his name?
Daniel Craig?
Maybe.
No,
I
man.
can't think of anybody else.
Oh no. You know who I think Chris Evans could play it.
America's ass.
No, I'm just Chris Evans
Oh
could
yeah,
play it.
because he had a rugged look. Metal Gear.
Yeah,
right?
he had a rugged look.
Oh.
Or you could even do Bradley Cooper.
I would like to see Bradley Cooper's play a Solid Snake.
Because he
not,
could be a
not
badass.
because I'm thinking.
I think he's too tall for it.
How do you know? How tall is Solid Snake?
Doesn't look
We
that
can look
tall.
it up. I think he's like 6 something. At least 6 foot.
6 something.
Like it really depends on what Solid Snake's build is, but I
Yeah,
could
that's what I'm
see-
saying. I can't think of it.
Oh, he's actually 5'11".
Solid Snake.
Bradley? Yeah.
Okay.
Bra-
I'm the same
Bradley
size
is like
as Solid Snake.
6'3",
Bradley Cooper's 6'3"?
I think, right? I could be wrong.
I can't believe we're going by height.
I
I know because
don't want to say a tall guy.
but it's gotta be because like Solid Snake is definitely a person who while like being very seeky and stuff, majority of the time he's crouching. If you're gonna crouch and still be 5 feet tall,
You're gonna be spotted away. You can spot Bradley Cooper from miles away. 6 foot something.
Well, Chris Evans is tall too, guys, so it won't be Chris Evans either.
Well, he looks shorter. about like the height. Can't be selfie. You're
It
freaking,
would
like,
have been
7 foot.
perfect if Brad Pitt was younger. Brad Pitt could
Yeah, I
have
would
done
agree. Young Brad Pitt probably could have done
it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Because
my
Brad Pitt ain't that tall.
Alexa, turn off the.
Oh, Chris Evans is 6 foot. You're right, Mike. It actually would fit. 5'11" and 6 foot is not no difference really.
And his build is like skinny, kind of not like big.
Oh, what about this guy? Shit, what's his name? Ryan Gosling.
Gosling.
Sorry, Gosling.
Gosling.
Yeah, I know. I messed that up.
Gamers, butcher him. Gamers, pitchforks. I want torches and pitchforks.
Not the gamers. It's the women that are gonna go after me. It's
They're women gamers too, and they're gay gamers out there. I hope all of them. I hope. Bring out your LGBTQ flags and hang them outside of Gio's house with Ryan Gosling right off fucking.
They would come after
Kill
me.
them. Kill him.
Oh, what about this guy too? Damn, he played. It wasn't a good adaptation, but he played Prince of Persia. He plays a lot of good movies though.
Oh, I know you're.
He'd be great.
Tokyo Drift and the Fast series. That guy.
No, not that guy. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell?
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, he played Prince of Persia.
Oh wait,
why are you talking about Tokyo Drift for?
the guy actor. That's what I'm thinking.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal would be perfect.
I don't know. I don't think
He
can
doesn't
play.
look that rugged.
I would know.
What?
He's rugged in Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
but
he's
I was
rugged.
going to say I can't hear his voice coming from Dave. Dave.
Yeah.
You need that low gritty
He
veteran.
needs a Christian
voice.
Bale voice. He needs a Christian Bale voice.
You need
That's what
Batman
he needs.
Christian Bale voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Bale.
Christian
Yeah.
Bale is what I was thinking.
Oh,
of when you brought it up.
yeah.
Christian Bale might be able to play. We found our Silent Snake guy. That's Christian
Well,
Bale.
actually, it depends what line, like where they start in the story. Like, is it the young Solid Snake or is it the older, rugged Solid Snake?
Well,
that also depends, too.
Younger.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if any movie company wants to reach out to us, we'll talk more about this. I'll talk
We've got
for
lots
days
of ideas.
about making a Metal Gear Solid movie. All right.
Who would play? Who would play Big Boss?
Big Boss?
Yeah.
Big Boss. It would be the same actor. You mean the boss, the woman?
Yeah.
Well, that depends if they're making a movie on Snake Eater. If they're making a movie on Snake Eater, that's gonna be crazy. I would. You know who I think of? Oh my! I don't even know the size of the boss though, because I was thinking of someone who's like, no, that bitch is 6 feet tall.
Oh, the one from the if she's a tall person,
I was
she
thinking-
was right.
I don't remember. But the one from Game of Thrones is the one I was thinking of.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Who?
I unfortunately only know her
She's
from Game of Thrones.
she's a blonde hair chick. What about Charlie Theron?
She's short though.
She cute.
She's not short. Charlie Theron's not short.
I love how Gerard says she's cute.
Gerard's like,
Charlie's
she
cute.
could get it. Yeah.
I'm by the way, I'm not thinking of Amelia Clark. I want that to be known. It's not the one I'm thinking of.
No, the tall one, the tall.
Or the girl that played Hunger Games. What's her name again?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence could be good.
I don't know if I could see her as an action type where not
She
excuse me,
plays
not
a
the
lot
action
of
type.
different roles.
I meant the action type
Villain?
that I don't care. Yeah, villain.
She's a good actress. She's a very good actress. I've seen her play a lot of different roles. I
Gwendolyn
think she's a good actress.
Christie is the one I'm thinking.
All right. Well,
We'll see.
we got off topic, but I was just curious.
Yeah, we're good.
Like once you mentioned the Hiro Kojima, I was like, we're
not,
never getting a Solid Snake movie.
We're not off topic. We're on Metal Gear Solid because this is a remake, and you're right. So like the remake is bringing back hopefully more players into the Metal Gear Solid series, and maybe this is a lead up to just like, hey, we're going to release, and this is my thoughts like with Fallout as well. It's like, hey, we release a movie after we bring everyone and remind everyone of Metal Gear, then we can bring out a new game and it'll be popular. So
True.
that's my thought process is they make a remaster, the remaster revitalizes Metal Gear Solid, then they announce a movie, and the movie release, if it's popular, they release a new Metal Gear Solid, even if it's not made by Konami or by Kojima, doesn't have his name and is like is a lackluster Metal Gear Solid, it still will receive a whole bunch of eyes and publicity because of both of those previous things.
Here's my question then. do you think Konami let him leave with rights still to Metal Gear Solid? Because you think about other splits like with Epic Games and stuff like that. Microsoft bought all the rights. Like Epic Games has no attachment to Gears of War anymore. They can't say anything about it. Halo, Bungie has nothing connected to Halo anymore. Do you think Konami actually let him leave with some rights though?
I don't know. I do know the Konami and Kojima, like, I don't want to say feud, but the separation was definitely from both sides saying that the other person was at fault.
So it wasn't a good split, is what you're saying.
It was not a good split at all. That's why I'm thinking, I was like, I don't know if Kojima just like, I want to be done, I'll give you the rights, or if it was like, you can't take my baby, I will fight for this for the death, and I don't want to make any other, I don't want to, like, you're changing the vision of what Metal Gear is. Because
I just checked. It says Kojima doesn't own the rights to Metal Gear games and thus cannot make them anymore. Yes, Kojima was fired from Konami.
There you go.
Who retains the rights to the Metal Gear Solid games in 2015. So technically, okay, we can still get a movie. Yeah, they can make a new one and they can make a movie. It kind of sucks though because it's all his concept and ideas.
Yes, and he got fired. So through the amount of publicity, is like, you fired him and then made another game with his ideas and like his story. That's messed up. That's basically, it's like, oh, you want his idea? Fire him. That's kind of, it's really fucked up.
I just want to know what they fired him for. Like, how do you fire this guy? He made all these amazing games.
We'll never know, and we probably will know. There's probably talked about it, but it's definitely a rabbit hole that you gamers will have to go down. Anyone has any final comments or closing statements before we end this podcast?
Let us know who you would like to see as Solid Snake
and
in a movie adaptation.
That, and then what game? It's most likely going to come down to two. What game would you like to be the movie about? So, like, do you want to be on Sons of Liberty, which I think would be probably majority of people, or Snake Eater, because it's the origins, it's technically the beginning. You tell us down below in the comments. But that's it from us. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Part-Time Gamers podcast. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And follow us on our other social platforms on TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Links for those will be provided in the description. Thank you again. We will see you on the next episode of the podcast. And make sure you make some time for video games. Peace.